I can. It's fabulous.
It's a really pretty flannel quilt.
Oh my God.
You can see why these vines are divine. And then the leaves.
Quilt out loud, baby!
Quilt Out Loud is brought to you by That Patchwork Place, publisher of America's best-loved quilt books.
Aurifil Italian threads, perfectly suited for every quilt project.
Northcott, cottons that feel like silk.
And by Reliable Corporation, press like the pros.
Guidelines for quilting. Prepare for perfect piecing.
Baby Lock, for the love of sewing.
And Gamble, your quilting partner. Welcome to Quilt Out Loud. I'm Jodi Davis.
And I'm Mark Lipinski, and guess where we are? We're in downtown Winterset, Iowa, right in front of the Wait a minute. You're shooting this from below, which means
no,
I have a
turkey.
Listen, ladies, I want to tell you something. Never let anybody shoot you from down looking up. You want them to be up looking down. That way you always look thin and wonderful. So let's stop this. Let's go back.
Welcome back to another episode of Quilt Out Loud. I'm Jodi Davis.
And I'm Mark Lipinski.
And guess where we are?
We are in Winterset, Iowa, sitting in front of the Fons Porter quilt shop.
Is this a destination for quilters or what? It's the cutest town, too.
It is cute. It's like lost in time, lost in space. If you walk around, and we're going to show you little bits of it, you will see that it's like going back to the 1960s.
There's even a Rexall drugstore with the soda fountain counter in there where you can get meatloaf and all that stuff.
All that stuff. But you know what right now is? Right now is What's Up?
What's up?
What's up,
And we
Jodi?
have a viewer question, don't we?
We do, but it's on your flip.
Okay, well, let's look.
Hi, Mark and Jodi. I have a question for you. How many UFOs do you each have? And how do you make yourself go back and finish them?
Oh, that's easy for me anyway, but I'm not typical. I only really make things for books and for deadlines for the magazine, so I can't have a UFO. I mean, I have maybe one or two.
Oh my God, are you sure you're a quilter? I have 3,425 UFOs. And you know how I finish them? I don't. That's why they're called UFOs. Honest to God,
No.
Jodi, I have to tell you something. I buy it, I start it, I don't finish it, and ultimately I just save it in the corner somewhere.
Well, today's show is all about
Organization.
And you know where we got this idea for the show was my husband thinks I'm a slob. And so what I did was I took this little video of my sewing room on a typical day. I didn't neaten up or I didn't make it messy either, so you guys can be the judge.
Okay, I want to know, were you wearing your Maria Von Trapp outfit when you
Wow, watch the video. I wasn't making beer. Before we go to my sewing room, I wanted to show you my husband's closet, Mr. Organized. As you can see, everything is in perfect order. Here are his work pants, and they're all hung perfectly. And then right above them are his socks, arranged by color. Guess who folds them, though? And then over here are all of his shirts for work, and they're all arranged by color, probably, I don't know. But do notice that if there is a shirt that he's either wearing or it's at the dry cleaner or in the laundry, there is an empty hanger. So everything has a home. Oh, just such logic and order. And then down here are his more casual clothes, his shirts. There's a long sleeve, and then there's short sleeve, and then there's the pants, starting with the jeans and then the other pants. Now, over here are his ties and his caps, and then he has this which he uses for shining his shoes. So, as you can see, organization is the closest thing to godliness in my husband's mind. So let's go on down the hall to my sewing room and see how organized I am. Or not. Welcome to my sewing room. I have literally not done anything to clean up for you. This is where I work, and over here is my fabric storage. This is my Mac, which I use for editing, things like this video. And then I have my PC, my laptop, which I take with me everywhere, and that's where I do my work. And over here is my sewing area. I have a bookcase for books and another for magazines, and every so often I winnow out the magazines so that I kind of keep it under control. And I'm lucky that I have 2 sewing machines, and I try to keep them busy. I have a wonderful pressing area with my great reliable iron. And I have all these design boards and places for thread. You just never have enough places for all your ideas and stuff. And then my cutting table does get a little cluttered with stuff that I haven't figured out what to do with, or that I want out to remind me that I need to do things. But this is my sewing area and it works really well for me. Okay, so now that you've seen my sewing room, help me out to show my husband whether I'm a slob or not, or where I fall on the continuum of quilting slobdom, I guess. Go to quiltoutloud.com and you'll see a discussion over in the left-hand navigation about whether Jodi's a slob or not. And post your pictures of your sewing room as it is right now. You can also put in a video. And then that way we'll all be able to tell where I fit in on the continuum of quilting slobdom. Thanks for your help.
All right, Jodi, I gotta tell you something. You are so not a slob. You know, I've been to your house, I've been in your sewing studio, so not a slob. I added a 3rd floor onto my house at Pickle Road. I cannot walk through it. I have boxes and garbage and fabric and notions up to the ceiling. I can't even get up there.
But you have an excuse because you're sent all this stuff for the magazine every month, samples of products and everything, so I'm letting you off the hook.
Okay,
But
I'll take that hook.
But this is a little challenge I have for viewers. I want you to send in pictures to show my husband whether I am or not, and I want it to be the real thing.
Whether you am what?
A slob.
Oh.
Not whether I am. So take a picture.
It was an existential question.
Take a picture of your sewing room on a normal day. Go to quiltersclubofamerica.com to the forums. Go under Quilt Out Loud, and there'll be a thread there for Is Jodi a Slob? Upload your photo, and then we'll be able to tell on the scale where I fit in, and finally we'll be able to tell my husband if I'm a slob or not.
Well, you know what I say. If your husbands think you're a slob, get rid of the sucker and buy more fabric and replace them. That's what I have.
No,
Honestly,
he's worth keeping.
Don't let anybody tell you you're a slob. Don't get rid of any of your stuff. Just keep piling it in, piling it in, piling it in. That's what I do.
So today our show is all about organization.
Totally about organization, and it's a great show because if you watch it, you're going to find a bunch of tips.
Lots of tips.
On how to find organizational tools for your stash and for your quilting life in unconventional places.
Very unconventional. Well, maybe the first one isn't so unconventional.
I think it is.
Lowe's?
Lowe's. We went to Lowe's, a home improvement store, and we found things that you wouldn't necessarily use for quilting to organize.
That's true. Things for nails. Yeah.
Then you went to
Office Max.
And
I'm going to be joined by a friend of ours at Office Max.
That's right, a celebrity.
Uh-huh.
And then...
Now this one's the one that totally I would never, I mean, when we went there, I'm like, oh, why are we going here?
Yeah, we went to a sporting goods store.
Sporting goods.
Shields in here in Des Moines.
And it's like, Mark, why are you going to a sporting goods store?
Yeah, I know nothing
It was
about
his idea,
sports,
too.
but what I do know is if you go to a sporting goods store, you can find all the things you need to organize your stash, plus a million ways to embellish your quilts. It really is one of my very favorite places to shop for quilt supplies.
It's really fun, actually. I was impressed.
Now, after you're exhausted by reorganizing your studio, we're also going to show you a gazillion ways and test
different threads.
Specialty threads.
Specialty
all the
threads, like the
shimmers and the
metallics.
glitters
Yep.
and the metallics and the invisibles.
Yep.
Because I can't stop myself from buying them, but I often
How
don't
do you
know how
sew
to
with
use
them?
Right.
Yes,
I
yes.
don't know how to use
and
them.
also, since you have all those nice containers that you bought at all these places, you can fill it with threads.
Yeah, just buy more.
Perfect.
It's all about more, more, more. And last but not least, we're going to review some books on bags. The books and patterns you need to make the perfect bags.
And even show you a few really pretty ones.
That's right. So we'll see you when we come back.
That's right. Quilters are buzzing about Aurifil thread. Why? Isn't thread just thread? Not when it's Aurifil. Aurifil is kind to your sewing machine. The mercerization and singeing steps in the Aurifil production process keep your machine clean and running smoothly. Aurifil sews like a dream. Aurifil is made from quality cotton called Mako cotton, which is grown much like wine grapes in a climate that nurtures the quality that makes for great sewing thread. This ensures very little breakage, and with just the right twist, Aurifil eliminates thread tangling and fraying. Aurifil colors your creativity. Working closely with the fashion industry, Aurifil is constantly updating the range of 216 colors. Available in 4 weights, Aurifil offers a thread with each of your quilting needs in mind. Thread isn't just thread when it's Aurifil.
Hey, I'm Mark Lipinski, and I'm at the Lowe's in West Des Moines, Iowa. And today we're going to be talking about how to organize everything in your life, especially those things in your stash, believe it or not, with things from a home improvement store like Lowe's. Last night, I went to the Ankeny Quilt Guild meeting with Cathy Wiersbicki. Now, Cathy's a very famous author for that patchwork place, and she introduced me to two of her friends, and their names are Janine Pearson and Tamara Watts. Not related to the light bulb. And here they are. Come here. This is Janine. This is Tamara.
Hi, everybody.
I asked them to come with me today so that they could go through Lowe's and help me figure out different ways to organize your stash. Now, here's the thing. You need organization badly, don't you? And I'll tell you why. Here's why.
That was rhetorical, right?
That was rhetorical. Tamara is getting married in just a couple of weeks. So anything that she learns here, she could bring home to the new husband.
Cool.
Now, what about you?
I'm very disorganized.
Very disorganized.
I go by the seat of my pants all the time.
You do? And are
She
you
really does.
Are you organized or disorganized?
I'm very organized.
See, and I'm completely a train wreck. My studio, you
Me
can't even
too.
walk through it. Anyway, we're going to go in and we're going to show you all of our tips and tricks for organization using your local Lowe's or home improvement store. Come on, you guys.
You're very good.
Here's our cart. Come on.
Okay.
Let's go. Come on, come on.
Okay. Woo, fun.
Okay, you guys. Our first stop, PVC pipe. You know what to do with this?
You can use it to help make your tables taller.
That's right. If you cut about 6 inches, 7 inches, 8 inches, and put it at the bottom of the legs of your table will go taller, and that way when you're cutting, you're not leaning over. So
And then
it
you're
gives-
customizing your
you're
cutting table.
customizing your cutting table.
Cool.
But that's not the organizational tip. You guys, here's how I use PVC pipe. First, I cover it with sheets of acid-free paper, and I tape it on with acid-free tape. Then I roll my quilt over it, and then I put another layer of acid-free
Awesome.
paper. Then I roll another quilt, and then I do it again and again until I get it nice and thick, full of quilts. Put another layer of the acid-free paper on it, and you could slide it under your bed. Your quilts are not.
That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
folds in it, so you're not weakening the fabric. It goes underneath your bed, so it's out of the way, and all those piles of quilts you have
That is
everywhere
awesome.
are out of the way. A great way to organize your quilts. All right, now I put this shelving in my cart because it's perfect for your studio, your sewing stuff. Here's what I do. I take a big cart like this that has wheels on it. I have shelves. Shelves come with this, so you can have 4, 5, 8 shelves. And I stack all my fabric on it according to color. That way, when I don't have a lot of room, I can just wheel it away,
Awesome.
wheel my fabric away, and I might have another cart behind it with a whole different palette of fabrics.
Oh,
it's
excellent.
terrific.
That is brilliant.
Now, the thing is that you could put this cover on it so it keeps the dust and the light off your fabric. So you're
And
not
the
gonna-
cat.
And the cat.
Yes,
That's exactly
yes.
right. Now, let's go right next to it. This is a sweater holder for inside your closet. It's great to put all of your fabrics in. Now, this we saw. And what did you think, Tamara? What do you use this for?
I think that would be great to put your scissors and your rotary cutters, those big spools of thread in there that can't fit into your drawers, into your thread cabinets. You could probably label each one of these seam rippers, rotary cutters, scissors, and then you would be able to find it and you know exactly where to drop it in
Right.
once you're done using it.
And then this little one is in the closet, a plastic in the closet shoe holder. And that's great. I love to store fat quarters in here. And you can do it by color, yellow, red, blue, green.
Brilliant.
And that way, you know exactly what you have without having to,
That
dig
is
through
too cool.
it. Organization, whether you're in your home or out of your home, is really, really important. And so when here at Lowe's, we found some really great things to organize with. For instance, just this little thing. These are little aprons that carpenters put nails in. But if you're at a retreat or something like that, you can put all of your tools in it and you can walk back and forth from your sewing machine to your cutting area.
Or you
right?
can put this underneath your sewing machine as well. And then you can keep your things you want to grab really quickly in here, like your cutter, your scissors, and like.
So you just fold it under your sewing machine
Yeah.
and let the weight of the machine
Yep.
hold it to your
Yep.
table. That's a great tip.
And then you could go to the little fuller apron for when you're walking around and doing other things.
Whoops, and this, I'm knocking down the damn plate. This has a lot of different pockets. So that's a really helpful thing.
$3.
$3, you can't beat it. And this is under $1. Now this, I wanted just before, I just passed these and I wanted to show you. You're gonna laugh, why would a quilter need knee pads? Well, I'll tell you why. You know, I'm no spring chicken, and when I get on my hands and knees in order to baste my quilts, my knees hurt.
Yeah.
And if you get a really good, solid piece of, solid knee pads, your knees, you'll save your knees. Your knees will thank you, your quilt will be better.
You may even get off the floor.
You may even get off the floor,
Without a
that's right.
crane.
Now, what
Yes.
are you holding here, Janine?
Well, you had this great idea for, I'm a scrap person. I love to save every bit of my fabric. And this is a great little item to put your scraps in, as well as tool items that you can store away for use at some other project.
Well, see, this goes around a 5-gallon or it goes around a 10-gallon bucket. So you could put this in the bucket, you could store all your scraps inside the bucket, and this sits on top of the bucket and hold embellishments and things like that.
Exactly.
So just throw your scraps in the bucket. When you're finished, get a lid, mark it scraps, stack it in the corner. All of your scraps are picked up from your studio and they're put away. Let's go, we have a couple more things to show you. Wait till I show you this. It was my favorite thing that I found at Lowe's. You are not gonna believe it. Did you know you could buy empty paint cans?
Oh
God.
Look at this.
these.
I love them too. They're empty paint cans. They are perfect to store kits in. Imagine this. Can you imagine putting a kit or a bunch of fat quarters in here, big colorful fat quarters, and giving these away as a gift?
I'm in
Wonderful
love.
gift bags.
A great way to organize is to give your stuff away that you're not using. Let somebody
Yes.
else use it. That's a great way to organize.
And then it's a done project.
Then it's a done project. The other thing is, if you look around here, they even sell all of these things that were made for paint, but they're terrific. You know what? They're a lot less expensive than if you go to a supermarket or say a Walmart. Look, this is only 78 cents. This is only $1.67. Dirt cheap. You can't buy that anywhere else. Now take a look at these things. I love these. These are the handy paint pal. You can put your pins in here. It's a great way to organize your pins and things like that. And this thing here, where is it? Here it is. The paint cup. There's a magnet here.
Oh my
So if you
God.
have pins or needles, this is great. If you're sitting there doing applique,
Brilliant.
put your little applique in here or your cross stitch or
I
whatever
love
you're
it.
doing. Have your needle right there and it hangs on the side of
I
your chair.
love it.
Exactly.
Don't you love it? You
I
can't
do.
believe what you can find in the paint section.
I'm
Come
in
on, we have
love.
more to do.
Oh, yippee.
Come on. Stop. Wait till you see this. This is my favorite part of Lowe's. You know, I'm a huge collector of all kinds of junk. Never enough to have a big container, but certainly more stuff than I'll ever use. You guys, can you agree? You understand?
Oh, definitely.
You
Yes.
understand. Look at this. Now, these are originally made for screws and nuts and bolts.
I like that.
But I'm
For
telling you,
beads
what
and
I
snaps,
use it for, right?
threads, scraps of threads.
Scraps of thread, rickrack. I mean,
Oh
you
my
name it, it
goodness.
could go in there. You could just buy several of them in different sizes and just stack them on top of each other. You could do a whole wall of this stuff,
mean
you
you could
guys. A
actually find
whole
this?
wall. All right, now here's the other stuff. Look at these. When I was a little boy, my mother had a potato bin. And we had it was plastic, and they would stack on top of each other, similar to this. And here you could buy these stackable bins. You can just organize and stack, organize and stack, organize and stack. Yeah, the sky's the limit. These things, terrific. Look at this. For carrying all of, again, if you're a beater or embellishment, bells,
They come out?
and they
So you
come
can
out.
customize
So you
it.
can put larger things in
You
there.
can
if
put
you
larger
needed.
things in here, or you can just take these out and bring it to your sewing area,
Oh,
put them
that is
back
really
in.
cool.
Oh, that'd be a great idea. Instead
Right?
of carrying the whole thing with
That's
you.
right. All right, so here we go. Tamara, Janine, we're finished here at Lowe's. It's been a great time. So go to your home improvement store, walk around, and you will be so inspired of how to finally get your life in order. In the meantime, let's go back to the Ankeny Quilt Guild and create a
they're
little
doing.
trouble.
All right.
Come on, thanks you guys. I'm sweating. I'm so excited.
Mark's off doing something, I don't know what, so I'm here at Office Max to get my studio organized. I'm meeting my friend Cathy Wiersbicki, and we have set this date because this is the day we're gonna get our studios all uncluttered and get all efficient so we can do a lot of sewing. In fact, here she comes right now. Hi, Cathy.
Hi, Jodi.
Today's our big day.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. You ready to get organized?
Let's get organized.
Okay, yay! Woohoo! It's gonna be fun. What are we gonna get? Let's see. Oh my gosh, look, there's some cool things right here.
Oh, look here. Oh, aren't these cool?
Oh, these are good for rotary cutters or any kind of markers.
Absolutely. Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
Oh, and this one. Don't you think this one looks like Mark?
Definitely.
Okay,
That's Mark.
we're getting it from Mark.
Okay.
On my radar is to get organized my projects and my rulers and things like that. So why don't we go around the store and get stuff together, and then we'll have the viewers come back to us and meet us in the back of the store to see what we found.
Good plan.
Okay.
Let's fill up this cart.
This is a really cool little organizer for the desktop that
Isn't
you
that a great
found.
little thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really useful too because we have so many things on our desktop. We've got Pigma markers and chalk markers and pencils and pens and all sorts of things and rulers. But these little front compartments, they slide out, and that's a perfect place to put your USB flash drive.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever had your computer die? I've had that happen twice, and I lose files. Back them up on this, put it in there. It's nice and safe.
Yep.
And it goes right on your shelf.
It does. And then, you know, these guys, tiles, the cork tiles are great for doing paper things, but also, do you use them at all as a design wall?
They're great for a design wall, and the thing that's really cool about these is they have little stickies on the back that don't mar the wall, and so they're that you can peel them off without damaging your wall.
Really?
And so you stick them in place, they hold really well, and you can pin up your blocks or use it as a small design wall.
Now you got a binder and things down here.
Oh, this is really cool. I was so excited when I found this. This is a binder, and I have a 3-ring binder that has page protectors in it with loose papers that don't have any other home to go to. But these are page protectors with a secure top. So you can put all your little things in here and know that your things are secure. And it makes it portable. You could travel with it, take it to workshops, whatever.
I use a binder like this and these with my recipes, and they fall out all the time, so that's a good thing.
You need these, Jodi.
Yeah, I think I do.
This is really cool too because it's really durable and it's heavyweight plastic, and it clips really easy with a little bead. And then it's got this great accordion file in here. Now, a lot of the patterns that I've designed have templates with them, and rather than have those get lost, this would be a great place to store little acrylic templates or even paper templates, cardboard templates, that kind of thing. And there's little tabs here you can mark what they're for and then close them up, and they're all in one convenient place.
So you can have the instructions and the template together.
You could.
So you can find
Absolutely.
them. Imagine that. That's organization.
Yeah,
Well, one of the reasons I came to Office Max today was to organize my rulers. And so these things, these are for just the regular clutter on your desk of paper. These are perfect.
Those are perfect for rulers.
Yeah. This one?
Oh, and you
I
got
like
a small
this one
one
because
too.
it's smaller, yeah.
Yeah, that one
Isn't that
takes up
nice?
less space. It's vertical.
And I just happened to bring a guidelines for quilting ruler just so we could see how well it works. So that's
Perfect.
nice, yes.
That's
and if you
great.
don't have that much space, my other tip is on the sides of my shelves, I've just screwed in a screw, and there's a big hole on the top of all the rulers, so you can just stick it right on there. So next, oh, you found this.
Oh, these are so handy, and you know you can get these in so many different sizes. But if you're going to a workshop, or if you have a fabric kit, this is really handy for holding your pattern and your fabric and your fat quarters or whatever to take with you. It's got a little handle, it makes it
That's
portable.
great.
Yeah.
And I like these kinds of closures. They close so well.
This is really secure. Yeah, this would hold a lot of weight.
Well, along the same ideas, this is what I do, and I don't have enough of them. But projects, keeping projects together. I tend to be working on a project and have to leave it because some other deadline comes up. And being able to start again, just here it all is right here. You can just open this up and you know where you were. You can have all your notes
everything is
in
there just the way you leave
about it.
Just the way you left it. Yeah.
Yes. But then I also want to know what that project is because there is that problem. And one of the things I found here is these they're badge holders for like when you go to a convention or something like that.
Oh, sure.
And then I just got some index cards and I wrote my project name, and these will fit right inside the badge holder. And then what's really nifty is you can use these are chart mounts. They're those sticky things, but not too sticky.
Right.
And you can stick the badge holder right there.
Right to your bin.
Yep, and then you can change out the name of the project as you finish that one, because of course we have no UFOs.
That's right. We finish
so we're
every
going to
project,
recycle
right?
it. Yep. Well, Cathy, thanks so much for helping me get organized today. I'm so excited.
Well, thanks for having me, Jodi. It was fun to be here.
Well, it was a pleasure. And I hear you have some good news, a new book coming out.
I do. In March, I'll have a new book out with Martingale.
Great.
Looking forward to it.
Congratulations.
Thanks so much. Hey, come on up front with me. I got my eye on a pencil box.
Ooh,
Let's
gotta
go.
have that pencil box. Hi, I'm Jodi Davis, co-host of QuiltOutLoud.com and president of QNNTV.com. I want to tell you about a terrific website called QuiltersClubOfAmerica.com. It's the club designed by quilters for quilters. If you love all things quilting, then this is definitely the place you'll want to check out again and again. You can join the free community. Check out the Quilt Out Loud forum. Or if you're a QNNTV.com member, you can upgrade to the club for a very low price. Just visit us at QuiltersClubOfAmerica.com or give us a call at 888-253-0203 to upgrade your QNNTV.com membership. Again, that's 888-253-0203. QuiltersClubOfAmerica.com. We look forward to seeing you there. Mark, I could use some new workout clothes and some dumbbells, but why in the world are you here in front of Shields, a sporting goods store?
Well, I love a sporting goods store. First of all, it's all the things I wish I could do and I can't.
Yeah.
I can't fish, I can't hunt.
How about camping?
Well, I can camp.
Because all I have to do is lie around in a sleeping bag and
Well,
eat gross food that's dehydrated.
Oh, that's a different kind of camping, but I'm a good camper. Here's the thing, Jodi. You know, when you go to a sporting goods store and you get dragged there with your husband and you're thinking, oh, this is the last place I want to go, you are missing a great opportunity to organize your stash. A sporting goods store has everything you need to organize, and believe it or not, it's a lot less expensive than going to the craft stores.
Oh, really? Okay.
A lot less expensive. So when you go to the store with your husband or your boyfriend, you make sure that you go too. We're going to show you how. Jodi, let's split up.
Okay.
You get your cart, I'll get my cart,
Okay.
and we'll meet in the middle and we'll figure out what we got to organize.
I want you to prove this to me.
I'm telling you, I don't know how to use this stuff, not for sports, but I know how to use it for quilting. Come on.
Let's go. I may end up going and getting a new pair of running shoes instead of all this.
Not me. I'm going to find a man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my.
It's hands-free. It's a backpack. I'm taking this home with me. In different colors. You look like the Valley of the Gods.
Ooh, I'm going there. Ooh, yummy. Whoa, look at these fudges. Birthday cake fudge. I never heard of such a thing.
Yeah.
Salted nut roll.
That's right. We have 24 flavors.
Really?
Yes.
24 flavors. What's your best seller?
Des Moines River Bottom, right here in the front.
Oh my gosh, what's in it?
It's chocolate fudge, vanilla fudge with caramel and chocolate chips. It's our most popular. Would you like a sample? What flavor?
I'm a purist, so how about chocolate? So
Very
whoever
creamy.
thought of having a fudge shop in a sporting goods store?
You know, the wives have to have something to do while the men are shopping. So they come to the fudge factory and they get their fudge and hit our general store for the other goodies that we have in the store as well.
That is delicious. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thanks for stopping in and come see us again.
Okay, I will.
Awesome.
Yum. I'm gonna go find Mark. He's on a diet. He can't have any. Oh, too bad.
Is that all you got?
I've been busy. I've been very busy.
Dude, when it comes to shopping, I know everything. When it comes to organization, not so much.
Well, you know, I guess I'm an unusual girl because I really am not a good shopper. But guess what I found?
What?
There's a whole little store there just for fudge. They make their own fudge here in the middle of a sporting goods store. They have a real tree and, look at that, an airplane and a fudge store.
Well, had I known they served fudge, I would have made you wear your little Swiss Miss Maria von Trapp outfit that you wore for the beer segment. Listen, I'm
Show
going
me
to
your
show you
stuff.
all the stuff that
Yeah.
Swiss
My
Miss.
gosh, Mark.
Listen, there are so
Yikes.
many good things here. If you are not going into a sporting goods store with your husband or your boyfriend, you're out of your mind. Look what I found here. This is a Shimano backpack, so it means your hands are free, but look what's inside of it. It is tremendous. It is one panel after another, after
Wow.
another, after another.
What was this made for?
It's made for fishing. This is where people put all their fishing
Oh,
lures.
Shimano, because of the fishing reels. They also make bicycle parts, not as good as Campinolo, but
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm a
But
campy girl.
Look, they have this. But look
That's
what's inside
why.
here. Hold on, hold on, hold on. This is the best part. Let me open it up. Inside, they have these boxes. They have
man.
more storage, but they have these boxes that you can put all your threads in, and you can make the sizes that you
I
need.
want to see you show up to a guild meeting with this on your back.
I'm
Mark.
telling you, I have shown up with more. So this is great. And Randy, who works here at Shields, he's the one who turned me on to this. Are you ready for this? It was $89.99. I get it
Oh,
for
shoot.
$39.99.
Whoa.
So I might buy two.
Yeah, buy one for a friend.
Okay, wait till you see this.
friend, a friend.
Dude, hold on. Here's another thing. I love this. This is the Shields brand, but you can find other brands. And what it is also for fishermen, that they put in their lures and all those kinds of things into these boxes. You see that? But here's the best part. So this is what you organize with at home. You keep this at home on your shelf. But then you take this with the padded bottom and the padded sides.
Oh,
It is
it's pretty
perfect
sturdy.
for your Singer featherweights.
Oh my goodness,
It fits
yes.
the featherweight. It actually has room for all of your tools. Here's more of these bags to fit your threads and everything in. It's an amazing, amazing organizational tool, Jodi. Are you ready? Are you ready? What do you see this? Wait till you see this. What's this? Oh, it's a
Pistol.
It's a two-pistol handgun case. But here's what Daddy uses it for. When you open it up, it has this egg crate foam in it.
Yeah.
So you can put your all your very expensive scissors in it. You can put your threads in it to hide it from the moisture. You can hide it from the light and the dust that ruin your threads, dry out your threads. And you just put in here, anything you put in here, because it has that egg crate, it doesn't move.
I want to see the robber when he comes to your house and he knows what that is and he opens it up and there's no guns in there.
That's exactly right.
Finds thread.
The robber. Okay, wait till you hear this. Here we go. More.
You've got lots of stuff.
Wait till well, look, a food saver. Now, I love these food savers. You know why? Because you can you can kit up a quilt, you can kit up your little, if you say, for instance, you've cut all your squares and triangles for a quilt, and then you're not really using them, or you have fabric, your back borders, or you kit up a quilt for a pattern, you put it in these bags. You can make the bags as large or as small as you like. You suck all the air out of it, and they stack beautifully. So you don't have all this bulk. You have all these stacks of fabric and projects ready to go. Hey, Joe, look at these.
Iowa State.
Iowa State, they're
Woo!
collapsible. So you could,
Oh.
when you're not filling them with fabric or quilts or things like that, they collapse, and so you can organize them. They're not just sitting around your house. But when you are filling them, look, they get nice and big, and you could store them with a lot of stuff and stack them up.
Great for scraps.
Wait till you see what I have in here. I bought myself
When in Iowa?
an Iowa sweatshirt.
Ooh, that's
You have
nice.
to have one. Oh, don't pay no attention to the extra large. I'm actually a medium.
There's a lot of man there.
These are actually made for fishing lures.
Oh.
And you can get every color imaginable. Listen, if you're a quilter, you need to go to the fishing department. They have all kinds of stuff.
They even have feathers, for the
Feathers,
lures.
yeah.
And there were some neat
all kinds of
fibers
stuff.
for something.
Look at these. These are called shields, and they probably have 100 different shields here. They're holographic, or look, these are fish scaled. These
Neat.
are a different kind of shape, like a boomerang shape, and they already have a little hole in there because they attach to the fishing
Line.
line. Okay, and then they reflect the light on your art quilt, so that's great.
Neato.
Love this, Jodi.
Okay, what are those for?
These are giant biodegradable golf tees. But what you do is you take a golf tee, you put your thread on the golf tee, and then you put the bobbin with the same color thread on top of
Yeah.
it, put a little rubber band on the top and the bottom, and that way your bobbin and your thread always stays together.
Very good.
It's a good way to organize all
And
your
then put it
thread.
in one of the containers that you
Then
bought,
put it
and
in one
you're
of the
all
containers.
ready to roll.
So that's what I found at a sporting goods store. What about you?
I will show you. Other than the fudge, which is the most important part, I found this container, and there were ones in different sizes other than this too.
Yeah, this is
but
my
this is
favorite.
really cool because you can open it up, and it's got all these little drawers, And you can think of a million things that can go in there.
And then the top opens up too.
Yes.
And you can put all of your scissors and stuff in there.
And this
Your
one's
needles.
like the right size to take to class, but they had one that was huge.
Huge.
Huge. I mean, I could carry it
Right.
when it wasn't full of
But you
stuff.
can use the luggage carrier to take it to class.
Well, that's true.
That's right.
That's absolutely true.
What is that, a
Then
dog
I found
dish?
that, wait a minute, it does look like it.
Oh, no.
Well, you know, I thought these were really pretty. And I thought it was just a fun thing to keep things in. And they have a nice top. I mean, if you have a lot of little things, that is going to stay closed. And it looks pretty. We're all about things looking pretty, aren't we?
Yeah.
And
Although
then
I'd like to see chili in it myself.
well, here, speaking of which, I got you this because I
Maria
really
Von
thought
Trapp. Just what I need. I need one of these cow things to drink out of. Can you just imagine? Yodel Lady Lowe. I need a lonely goat herd, I think is what she's telling me.
Hey, no, let's go to Switzerland. How about that?
Let's just have some wine. Listen, dudes, again, make sure the next time you pass a sporting goods store that you know that there's something in there for you, the quilter,
For
and not
quilters.
just for the hunter, the golfer, the swimmer.
Quilting is everywhere. That's
And-
what our show's all about, isn't it?
That's right. And you know what else is everywhere? Quilt Out Loud.
We're here in the conference room at Fons Porter in Winterset, Iowa. This is like the brain central of the magazines, because all around us are what's up and coming in the magazines in the next issues, but we can't show, can we?
No, but don't tell anybody because I'm going to look and see what I can get for my own magazine.
Well, we're all
Sorry,
family, so
Fawn.
it's okay.
Sorry, Porter. Anyway, listen, I want to tell you guys something. What we're going to be talking about today is threads. And
Yep.
Specialty threads. Now, I don't know about you, Jodi. I collect fabric like it's going out of style. I collect notions like I'm actually going to use them. I collect patterns like I'm actually going to make them. And I collect thread
Love threads.
like I am actually going to thread my machine with them. But here's the thing, I'm like a magpie. I'm like a magpie. If it's shiny and glittery, Daddy has to have the thread.
Well-
So I got to thinking, what happens if we took some of the most popular specialty threads from our most popular thread makers, you know, the most easy access like the YLIs, the wonderful Aurifil wools,
Madeiras.
the Madeiras,
Yep.
the Sulkies, and we tried our own little taste test, if you will. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you about the thread we're gonna use and the kind of needle you should use
And then I
and
have to
who
sew.
makes it. And Jodi's gonna actually show you a straight stitch and a decorative stitch.
Yep.
And she's going to give you
What the experience is like,
The
how it feels.
experience.
Now what we've done is this is just a regular cotton fabric, a good quality cotton fabric, and I used a fusible stabilizer on the back so that you don't want to stitch with this stuff just on just a piece of fabric because it won't do well.
That's right. But
It'll get
also
all smushed
know
up and-
that although we're just doing it this way, these threads, all but a few of them, and I'll let you know which ones, are appropriate for quilting.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's either in your regular machine or long arming,
Yep.
but they're not all, you know, it's just not all mix and match. So pay attention.
So Mark, what thread did you have me put in the machine?
Well, dude, I am using the YLI Silk Sparkle thread.
Ooh.
Now, it's 100 weight silk thread, and there's a strand of either gold or silver that's twisted around the thread.
I get it.
Now,
It's very light.
It's very light, and for best results, you should use a metallic needle.
Okay, and we have that in the machine, and I also loosen the tension just a little bit.
Always do that.
Okay,
Let's
great.
go.
Well, let's try it. Mark, that sewed so nicely. I'm really surprised it has as much coverage as it does because it's 100 weight. I thought it would like just fall into the fabric, but maybe it's the metallic around it?
Oh, ye of little faith. I'm telling you, sewing with specialty threads is easy. Now, the next one I strung up for you is the Madeira Metallic. Now, this is a 40 weight thread, and it's very popular, and this Madeira line has some of the sturdiest metallic threads on the market right now. What I love about it is, even though it's really metallic, and you can see the glitter and the shimmer, it's not wiry, and it really flows pretty easily through your machine. I also like to use this for some handwork, too. Now, what they do is there's this process that Madeira uses that it bonds the shimmery foil around the thread.
Oh, really?
Yeah, isn't that neat? It's a foil wrap to the thread core, and I really love that. So,
It's like tinsel. It's great.
it's just like tinsel. I love it. This is one of my favorites.
Mark, this one's all shimmery.
I know, and I love it, and I cannot pass up buying one of these. These are Salky Hollow Shimmer Metallics. They're holographic threads. They're really a really flat ribbon kind of polyester film that's metallized with a holographic image. And so,
oh, really?
Yeah, they're great. So they're brilliantly, they reflect brilliantly. Now, these are
Just
great.
like you.
That's right.
You
They're
reflect.
great for hand and machine work. And they iron, you can iron these on low heat. And it's also machine washable, but watch the heat in the dryer, I think.
Well, this is really pretty and it's shimmery, but unlike the other one, it's flatter?
It's
Is that
flatter,
a good way
that's
to
right.
say
It's flatter, yep.
Cool.
Okay, folks, here's another one. It's also by Salky, and it's their Sliver Metallic. Now, this is just like the Hollow Shimmer, but it's not holographic.
So it's flat.
It's
got
a
flat
flat
color.
ribbon polyester film that's metallized with aluminum. And that makes it brilliantly shiny, okay? But you also use it on the vertical spool pin, just like the other one. You also use a size 1490 embroidery, or a top stitching, or a metallic needle.
And I haven't changed any of my settings for my my tension or anything. I'm just sewing them all the same.
That's right.
Cool.
And it's great, right?
That's even flatter.
It's
of
even
course.
flatter,
Yeah,
yep.
which makes sense.
But you got to watch your tension, because otherwise your bobbin thread's going to come up through.
Mark, this one doesn't look flat. It's different than the others.
It's very different. Now, this is a Salky Metallic, and it's round and it's foil wrapped.
Foil
so
wrapped.
it's smooth
Ooh,
and
like
it's
candy.
like candy.
Ooh.
And it's
You are
smooth and strong, and
hideous.
it's really easy to work with. You can wash it, but it's also dry cleanable. And you also use a 1490 metallic needle, or a machine needle rather.
Oh, right. Well, it's sewing nicely.
It's nice, but it doesn't, because it's round, it has a more, it has a shimmer, but it's a little more flat. It's, you don't get a real brilliant shine.
And
with
the
it.
coverage is different.
That's right, the coverage is different. That's it.
Cool.
All right, Jodi. This is called Polydeco. It's also from Salky, but
I've
this is
never
a
used this
40
one.
weight thread. It's 100% polyester. So that means that it has a little more stretch and memory than like a rayon.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Now, what you should know is this could be laundered using like a whitener or even a bleach, and you're in good shape.
Oh, because it's a poly.
Because it's a poly.
Okay.
And with this thing, with this Polydeco, you should use a 1280 sewing machine needle.
Okay.
All right.
Pretty. Mark, your favorite color?
Pink, my favorite color. You know what? It's a sin, but pink is really my favorite color, and I think I look really good in it. But anyway,
You do.
this is a Coats rayon. Now, this is a 40 weight rayon thread, but it really has a nice sheen and a really nice finish, and I like that. It's great for decorative stitching. It's good for applique. It's good for machine embroidery. So I like the rayon. But you know what? I also like the rayon thread to do big stitch hand quilting when I do that. I like that. I like that it has a little shimmer, it catches the light a little.
Yeah.
So, and you know what? I'm not a purist. I don't think you have to hand quilt with cotton. I just don't.
Well, why not? Why not use some of the other ones?
That's right. I say sky's the limit. If you know me, you know that I don't follow any quilting rule, and I still get good results.
Now Mark's going to do some magic, and he's going to sew invisibly.
No, I'm not sewing anything. I'm just telling you all about it. You're
Oh,
gonna
it's
sew
invisible thread.
It's invisible thread. This is YLI. It's called Wonder Invisible Thread. Now, it's a monofilament thread, and it's very, very thin. But you could use it in machine quilting. It's 100% nylon, so you have to be very careful with heat. Heat and nylon do not go together.
Melt.
Heat and thin nylon go together even less.
Right.
I would rather you floss your teeth with it than you iron it. Otherwise, you're going to be very upset. But this stuff is good for invisible stitches.
Yep.
Now, you need to use, when I use this, I like to use a very medium stitch with it, because if you use a big stitch, what happens is that the polyester will reflect the light.
Yeah, and that's the idea. You don't want to see it.
You don't want to see it. So I use a medium stitch, but it's virtually invisible when you use it, say, with applique. Okay, so the next thread that we put in your machine, Jodi, is from Wonderfil. And it is a hologram thread. It's their hologram. Now, it's polyester, it's good for quilting and embroidery. It runs well on embroidery machines, which is good, and it really captures the light beautifully.
Oh, I can see that already as I'm sewing.
But it's not it's not flat like the other holographic threads that we use. Now, you would use a 1490 embroidery needle or a top stitching needle for this.
Ooh.
Now, you know what this looks like to me? It's glittery.
It's real
rather
glitter.
than shiny. It's glittery.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yep. It moves like a diamond ring.
Yeah.
In the light. Yeah. Pretty.
And a girl loves a diamond.
Yeah.
All right, Jodi, these next two I could not leave the store without buying.
Yeah.
They're both by Wonderfil. This is wonderful Dazzle, which is a heavy rayon thread.
It's heavy.
But I see some metallic in there.
Yep.
You know? And it's kind of like a size 8 crochet cotton, really. Is
Yeah,
what
you're
it
not
is.
putting that through a sewing machine.
No, you're not. And the other one is wonderful Sizzle, which if you feel it, it's nubby. It feels
It's
like
real rough.
That's right. It's 4-ply heavy metallic that runs well in your bobbin. Now, both of these things are really for bobbin work. You put them in your bobbin, and you do your art through your bobbin.
So your sewing project is upside down. So
Your
the right
sewing
side's
bobbin-
on the machine bed.
Right. So where your bobbin thread would show, you're sewing your sewing project upside
Yep.
down so that all of these threads show up on top.
Got it.
Usually you're sewing with your top showing. This time you sew with your bottom showing because they don't go through a needle and you don't want to. These are also great for couching. But ladies and gentlemen who are out there, I know you want to buy them. Just know that when you start putting them in your machine and you're saying all kinds of nasty words because they're not going through, that's why they're not made for your machine. Now, last but not least is one of my very favorite thread companies and also a sponsor here at Quilt Out Loud, and that's Aurifil.
Yes.
And they have Lana wool thread. And their threads are amazing. They're made from Australian wool, actually.
That's right, and they come in all different colors and with these gorgeous variegateds. And they're woolly, which is really neat. It's a whole different texture. We've been with shinies and metallics.
That's right.
this
And
is a
these
whole
are
different
fuzzy.
feel.
They have a little
Yes.
fuzziness to it.
Yep.
So let's see how that works.
Okay, we're stitching along. Oh, it's pretty. Look how
It's
different that is from
really
everything
pretty.
here.
It's a nice heavy look. It also has that little bit of texture, actually. It's
Yeah.
that little fuzzy texture.
It's warm.
Yeah, it's almost like sewing with yarn.
It is like sewing with yarn.
And you know what else is neat? I bet that would really look good on a homespun. Anyway, folks, I know that was a lot of information that we gave to you, but again, check our website, qnntv.com.
Look for episode notes on the quiltoutloud.com page.
That's right. And you'll never be afraid of buying these fun, shiny, shimmery, fabulous threads again. I know I'm never going to stop buying them, and you shouldn't either.
Thank you, Mark, because I've learned a lot, because I've been a little bit afraid to use them too. So I appreciate this.
Well, I'm happy to teach you, Jodi. Bye.
Finish size quilting is a new no math, no guesswork method for making traditional blocks using finish size measurements. The first member of the family is the guidelines ruler. Set the movable fabric guide to the width you wish to cut, slide the ruler over your fabric, and it butts up and aligns the ruler to the raw edge for a perfect cut every time. Make any block you wish, knowing only the finished size using the guidelines seam allowance additions. Snap on S, H, or Q seam allowance additions to your guidelines ruler and never worry about remembering fractions again. Visit guidelinesforquilting.com for complete tutorials and downloadable instructions, and visit quiltoutloud.com for more videos.
You know, we just did this whole show on organization, and nothing can help you organize more than getting rid of a lot of your stash. And a way to do that is to make bags, and there's like a zillion bag books and patterns out there, and we just wanted to share a couple of them. What do you have, Jodi?
Well, this is a really good, just basic bag book, which is really just using fabric.
Right.
And then also from Leisure Arts is this one from Lazy Girl Designs, and this uses mock crock. So I thought that was kind of fun, that here you got the fabric, you know, and then you got the mock crock.
Right. I think those books are really neat. They're small, they're inexpensive, and they're loaded with bag ideas.
Yep.
Now, I have this one. It's Fabulous Fat Quarter Bags.
Oh, that's great.
And it's by David and Charles Books, which is a European company. But they have 14 different fat quarter bags, and it's a great way to use up your stash. And of course, you know, you have to be organized in the new year. Can you believe it's 2010? You have to be organized, and there's no
Already.
better way than making a bag that can organize all the junk you carry around with you all the time. So
Oh,
keep
boy.
that in mind in organization.
Ain't it the truth? Linda McGehee is known for doing bags, and one of these is, this one what's really cool about this is that she uses all sorts of things, of course, in her bags, but she uses zippers in a really neat way. What she does is she separates them out, so she might take a green zipper and a pink zipper, and she'll put them together so you got one side green, one side pink.
So it kind of looks like a flan. She does like embellishment with zippers.
Yeah, so she does all sorts of neat things. This one is a good illustration of it right here. She's got a black and a white one, and then here she just overlap zippers. So she does some really fun stuff.
That's a really neat idea. Listen, this is another book. This is by a young teenager. Her name is Sarah, and it's Sew with Sarah, no H. And it's from C&T, and it's for teens and tweens, and she has several really nice bags that are really easy to make, easy enough for a teenager, really. And you know what? I often find, believe it or not, when I want to learn a technique about quilting or about some kind of crafting, weaving or whatever, knitting, I often buy a book that's written for a kid, because if a kid could understand it, then I can understand it.
Even Mark can understand
That's
it.
right, because oftentimes when I go to beginning quilting, beginning knitting, beginning crochet, written from an adult perspective, I get lost. I do.
Yeah.
But if it's written for a kid, it's great.
Wonderful. This one's from That Patchwork Place. It's our friend Linda Lumdebono.
Love Linda Lumdebono.
And
Love
she
that
has
name.
a great purse pattern in here. The name of it is Diamond something. It's really cute.
Diamond something.
Look it up. Hold on.
You look it up. Anyway, what I love about Linda Lumdebono
Diamonds are a girl's best bag. I knew it was clever.
That's
It's
right.
really cute.
Well, these are my best bags. But what I really love about Linda Lumdebono is how she is fearless with color.
Yes.
And so, you know, you can take her bags, which are very colorful with some faux applique, little applique pieces on it, or you can translate that to a really traditional fabric and get a really nice traditional bag out of it too, so it's twofold. But since we're talking about bags, Jodi, I just
What's he going to come up with now?
Well, the thing is that there are a lot of books written about bags, but you know, when you go to your local quilt shop or your local craft store or what have you, don't negate buying the patterns. I mean, there's a gazillion patterns by independent pattern designers out there too. Like for instance, this one, this is a free pattern, and it's from Fons Porter. And it's just terrific. Look at that. And it's an easy bag, but it's a really pretty one, free. So you can go to the Fons Porter website to find out about that, or we'll have a link on qnntv.com. And another one, like for instance, this one someone sent to me, Penny Sturgis, the designer. She does a pattern company called Quilts Illustrated.
Oh, I love them. Look at the different colors.
Yeah, and this is the bag. And if you look, she put little sparkles on it, little crystals to kind of dress it up. So you could dress it up, or you can just keep it, you know, nice and graphic. So don't negate going to your quilt shop to find other kind of places for bags. And better yet, you know, Jodi, make up your own bag. How hard is that?
Pretty easy.
It's
it
pretty
really
easy.
Is. Yep. For all the information about the show, including the sources for all of the books and the patterns we have here, go to quiltoutloud.com and look over on the side there for episode notes. We put in all the information about the show there.
Everything's there except how to lose weight.
Or how about whitening your teeth?
Oh yeah, whitening my teeth. Anyway, that's it. Happy New Year. I'm glad you spent another show with us, and we'll see you next time on Quilt Out Loud.
On Quilt Out Loud. Happy getting organized.